Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Ask the Rabbi. I love this question because I love cheesecake. Even though I'm a typical Ashkenazi Jew who's slightly lactose intolerant, I make an exception on Shavuot. So the question is, well, what is the whole big deal of this custom to eat dairy products on the festival of Shavuot? So to share a couple of ideas in answer to this brilliant question, one is that typically, there is a mitzvah. There is an idea that on Shabbos and Yom Tov and special occasions, we celebrate those moments and enjoy them with a meaty meal. Now, in ancient times, for considerations of cost, but also for ethical and spiritual considerations, our ancestors only really ate meat on very rare occasions, and those tended to be days like Shabbos and Yom Tov, the festivals, and other simchot, other celebrations. And so every Yom Tov, every Chag, there is an idea to have a meaty meal. Now that gets a bit complicated, as you can imagine, on Shavuot, where there's also an idea to eat a milky meal. So why do we do that? Well, the answer, in fact, is within the question itself. Shavuot celebrates and commemorates, as we know, the giving of the Torah. And in that Torah, there is a commandment to not eat meat and milk together, basar b'chalav. And the Midrash teaches us that there was a conversation, as it were, between Moses and the angels when he went up Mount Sinai to receive the Torah. And the angels said, well, what have you done to deserve this precious gift from the Almighty, from Hashem, creator of heaven and earth? And Moses turned around to them and said, well, have you looked inside at the contents of this holy document? And they said, well, no, not really. We don't need to. We're angelic. And he said, well, did you know that there's a whole section that deals with the laws of dietary requirements, one of which is the prohibition against eating meat and milk together. And so Moses said to the angels, what need do you have as spiritual angelic beings for such a list of commandments? It must be that this Torah, this holy precious document, was intended for basar v'dam, flesh and blood, us mere mortals down here on planet Earth. And with that, he took the Torah and came back down Mount Sinai. So on Shavuot, there is a mitzvah, like every single festival and Shabbat, to eat a meaty meal. We demonstrate our care and consideration to not inadvertently mix that meaty meal with a dairy meal, commemorating this conversation between Moses and the angels. So on Shavuot, we'll have one meaty meal, then we'll wait the required amount of time, use a separate set of crockery and cutlery, and then serve a dairy meal either later in the day or for us in the diaspora on second day Shavuot. So that's one reason why we do it. A second reason we do it is that the word for dairy or milk in Ivrit is chalav, chet lamed vet, which you may be familiar with. The gematria, the numerical value of this word, chet is 8, lamed is 30, and vet is 2. That's not veterinary clinic, that's vet as in bet. So that's 8, 30, and 2 equals 40, which commemorates and symbolically signifies the 40 days and nights that Moses, was up Mount Sinai, learning and receiving the Torah. So that's why we indulge in cheesecake and other dairy products on Shavuot. Good Shabbos to you all.